Hello YouTube and fellow Buddy Fighters, TrinityTCG here, giving you guys a future card Buddyfight 10th anniversary EN Japanese Magic World Sync deck. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. Anyway, giving you guys my Magic World Mystic Knight deck profile. We got the flag and the buddy. We have this SP that I've had for a while. This is why I'm never changing him as my buddy. He's my favorite version of Sync. We got the new one, and honestly, if I had the last Sync, I'd probably have an SP of him if I was able to pull it. Unfortunately, no. We'll move on with the deck profile. We have the one that can go on top of one after the attacks. Flaming Red Prison of Love Sync. His effect is, we have 3 copies of him. Pay 2 gauge with the top card of your 2 cards of your deck into its soul. When you cast a fire spell, plus 3,000 to empower and defense to everyone. So basically the generic Sync effect. The thing that makes him different is, call this card on top of a 9,000 power monster on your field without paying the call cost. During each player's attack phase, when a fire spell is cast, deal 1, gain a life and deal a damage. So it's kind of your burn and gain a life card, so really good. Next we have the buddy, I believe. We have 2 copies of it. 1 second, the other one's in my hand. Just confirming the old art is, yep. Nope, this is the original. That is not the buddy. This one is the one that gives double attack, and it has the generic pay 2 gauge, top of card and soul. Power plus 3,000 when you cast a fire spell to all your Mystic Knights. We're going to skip that effect going forward because it's going to repeat. It's double attack. If this card's power is 12,000 or greater at the start of your attack phase, all Mystic Knights gain double attack. Yeah, Soul Guard. Then this is the one that gives, it's basically the same thing, but it gives Penetrate and 1 critical to all your Mystic Knights. And this is the one that's the buddy. Then we have 2 Mystic Prince of Sync. This one is counterattack, Soul Guard, double attack. And he can counter add any fire spell from your deck to your hand, and the rest of him is the same as the other 2. So that is it for my syncs. You may wonder, why am I on 2 copies of each? It's because they're heavily searchable and you draw so much in your deck. You want more spells than you do monsters. So you're going to most likely see them. Next, I'm on 2 copies of this. Bakugan, the drummer, Bakugan. I need to read his effects because I just added him the last time I edited the deck, and he's actually really good. Yep. You can cast a Spire spell. You can call this card from your hand without paying the cost. Basically, counter call it. And then when this unit attacks, destroys a monster, power 9,000 greater, you can stand this card. Basically, it's one of those cards that if it keeps destroying the monster, it's going to keep standing, and it's really good in certain matchups. Next, we run 4 of the best card in the deck. Magic Basis Asagi. It's your gauge and draw if you control another Mystic Knight. Do 4 of her. 3 copies of Magic Manipulator Knight. He is your nullify protection, and he also increases your crits. So he's really good. So 3 copies of that. And then finally, we run 2 of the dual guitar. Magic Twin Neck Guitar. It's a really good card. Now we'll move on to the spells. I'm running 4 copies of the Searcher, Teardrop of Temptation. This is the card that's going to let you add, for a gauge and a life, you can add any Mystic Knight with Sync in the name, I believe. Yep, add a Sync and then your Mystic Knight item. So you're searching out these 2. It's just been a minute since I get to play Buddyfight. I apologize. Want to give you quality information. So 4 copies of your Searcher. Next, I'm playing 2 of the Set Spell, RF. Just really good rest protection. And just a good card in general. It lets you, I believe it lets you call as well. So it gives your Mystic Knights cannot be rest by your opponent's card effect. Your account turn to 1 Mystic Knight from the field if you call Mystic Knight from your hand with different names without paying the call cost. So it's just a way to do more attacks. And yeah, moving on. 2 copies of Lunatic Circus. This is another way to call a Mystic Knight from your turn to keep aggroing, and you can put 2 Mystic Knights in your drops into your hand. So 2 of those. It's also a fire spell. So you can kind of just keep extending with Asagi. I'm going to call it Asagi. Last song. This is basically, if I remember, put top 2 cards of your deck into gauge, gain 2 life, draw 2 cards. You can only cast this if you have 2 or more Mystic Knights. So it's another way to draw 2 cards. This deck draws a ton of cards. 2 copies of Nightmare Cage. This is our Arrester, I believe. No, this is our Restander. This restands all your Mystic Knights to keep attacking. This deck is like relentless aggression. It's also the counter to Zerberos, by the way. 3 copies of Wings of Revolt. You could run 4. I've dropped it to 3 and have no problem with that at 3. It's a draw, and you give your guys 6,000 power. Plus you'll get 3,000 for every sync on your field, so that's like 12,000 off there. 3 copies of Selectors of Sin. Your Gauger and your power bonus. 1 Flame Quartet, because you can always add it back. 1 Great Gate of Transmigration. I believe this is the rest one. Press 2 cards in your opponent's field, return 2 cards in your hand, pay 5 gauge. It's reduced by 1 for every fire spell. Note that you can always add it back later, or search it if you need it in the matchup. We play 1 copy of Flame of Memories. This is a discard a Mystic Knight to draw 3 cards. Then we play 3 copies of Nice One. Yes, I went into Buddy Ragnarok case, so you know I got the Buddy Ragnarok version. And now for our generic spells, 2 copies of Sephiroth's Lecture. When you cast a spell, the top 2 add 1 to hand, 1 to gauge. 2 Abracadabra Spell Null, and then 2 copies of Holy Magic. And that is it for the Magic World Mystic Knight deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be giving you more Buddyfight EN format deck list later. I got Zerberos, I got Astrologia, I got Big Bang Dragon. I don't think I've done one on Dual Jaeger yet. I got Thunder Empire, I got Ball Dragon. I got a lot to give you guys. So if you have one that you want to recommend, suggest, let me know in the comments down below. I will say I don't have Thunder Mine, but I do have an English list that was really budget at the time of Hagakuren and Yamigeto. So if you're interested in that, I can give you, I just put it together with stuff I put in the box. I can do that one for fun. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what deck profiles you would like to see, suggestions to improve, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.